How many of you here have been to Botswana, have had the privilege of going to Botswana? That's good. Ka Setswana, we would say, "Le baba lesego." You are the fortunate ones. And of course, let us not forget the kind reminder by Richard Mullen that the only man I envy is one who hasn't been to Africa, for they have much to look forward to. So for those of you whose hands didn't go up, don't worry. You too can be fortunate one day. Botswana is the host of the world's largest wild cheetahs. It is a place that Cheetah Conservation Botswana has called home for the past 20 years. And perhaps that's the way you might see it. And for us, moving over into another decade worth of work, this is how we see it. It is here in the Khansi district in Western Botswana that we focus our efforts, with one of the highest populations of cheetahs in the world and the highest rates of retaliatory killings of wildlife in the country. It is not an easy place to promote coexistence between people and wildlife. But as one great American president once said, we do it not because it's easy, but because it is hard. This is where we can truly make a difference. So when the task of establishing a project that was centered on learning about cheetah behavior was put in front of Rebecca Klein, Anne-Marie Compton, and Dr. Kyle Good, they didn't know what the future held. But the combination and the balance of equal parts passion and inquisitiveness shared amongst these women has made for a combination that has now resulted in our organization's culture. And as we stretch into our third decade, this culture can best be defined as smart conservation. This isn't about textbook intelligence, but rather a tool for refinement and resilience in the face of ever-changing environments. So we'd like to reflect with you today on how we are exploring smart conservation for cheetahs in our unique landlocked country. This is conservation that is balanced on 5 pillars. So the S is for, it is scientifically sound. It employs a multilateral approach. We ensure that it is adaptive to arising conditions. It seeks to be fittingly resourced and resourceful. And last but not least, it is time conscious. At the heart of our work is scientific research, and at the heart of that research are cheetahs. And though through the years since 1900, we have seen that cheetahs have lost a lot of their territory. In the beautiful landscapes of Botswana, we have mapped their distribution. The map on the right shows you the cheetah distribution in red in 2009, and on the left shows you the range as most recently published in 2018. And these are maps that we've been producing in partnership with the Range-Wide Cheetah Initiative and the IUCN. And the most recent map for 2025 is currently in draft stage, but you will then get to see it very soon. And that was also conducted with CCB participating through the IUCN. It is no mistake that a cheetah's biggest threat is people. People poach their prey. They invade and destroy their habitats with livestock. They poach them for illegal trade, and they also kill them for predation of livestock. Understanding that the more we know, the better equipped we are to offer solutions and calculated decisions, we have spent every single year dedicated to refining our approaches and methodologies. Being located in Western Botswana, we have learned to lean on the landscape and its wild inhabitants to co-generate the knowledge we process into useful insights. The conservation scientists who work with us continue to inspire through the work that they do. Take, for example, Marie-Charlotte Guillain, who is our most recently graduated PhD scholar, who through working with traditional sand trackers to conduct spore surveys has offered more ways of understanding carnivore movement within the Western Kalahari and producing data sets such as this, where we can see the interfaces between where livestock are kept and where wild animals are moving. Our use of camera traps to assist with monitoring the prevalence and behavior patterns of wildlife in the region also help us offer evidence-based interventions for the communities that we work with. Beautiful camera trap moment. And wild as it is, the Khansi district, where we are based, is also occupied by people. It is these people who contribute to our multilateral approach to developing interventions informed by the science that we gather. From traditional leaders to representatives of the government of Botswana, to farmers, community development agents, teachers, students, and fellow non-governmental organizations, we work hand in hand to hear each other's concerns and collectively devise solutions. It is only when we know the various interests of parties who have a stake in either the inhibiting or empowering of conservation efforts that an organization such as ours can actually live out our motto, which is promoting coexistence. From the subsistence farmer who welcomes us to trial non-lethal deterrence on their farm, to the traditional elder who supports cultural preservation, to the elected official who drives for economic diversification work within the communities. These are the people that help us map our way for a better future.
Thank you. My name is Lucas Motlhabane, and I'm working as a research officer with Cheetah Conservation Botswana. So, as we all know that insanity is doing something over and over again, but expecting different results. We have greatly benefited from our adaptability, both internally and external relation with stakeholders. This is often easier said than done. We started wanting to know more about cheetah behavior, and also this time around we have now moved on to incorporate other elements of cheetah ecosystem, like other species, like land use and management, and also livelihood of the people, to just grow and approach holistically to the conservation. From these adaptations, we have also seen our organization growing from 1 to 5 departments, which are conservation research, human-wildlife coexistence, farmers for conservation, communities, and engagement. Our team of 25 comprised of local people who are willing and motivated to move the organization forward and also to protect this species. But we are struggling in terms of resources. At the moment, we are sitting on millions and millions of photos to be analyzed so as to see if these cheetahs are declining or increasing. But we are trying, by all means, each and every time to go through all these processes and also to move on with our studies. WCN has been with us ever since the beginning, and we are grateful for that. And we would like to thank all of them and all of you here so that we can continue protecting this species. As they have already said, I'm one of the master's scholar students, and I'm very new here. So I would like to continue with my project and try to protect this species and also the prey species of the cheetahs back in Botswana. Thank you.
And of course, this brings us to one of the most important facets, is that we need to be time conscious. In this map, you've seen that the population is losing its terrain. And while Botswana is doing quite well with having a more stable population of cheetahs, we are still working to ensure that the teams are resourced to build and turn the research and the science into advisories that assist us with our programmatic implementation. So whether it is at community level, ensuring that they've got sustainability and livelihood diversification avenues, or working with NGOs, we are still ensuring that where we come in as an organization, it benefits the people who live in the Western Kalahari, who feed the work that we do, and the wildlife and livestock that they are living with. And please do allow us to share a little message from a very special person about how we are really turning this all into smart conservation.
Our 20-year-long journey has inevitably been peppered with challenges, but we have always had the unshakable belief that the investment made towards cheetah conservation in Botswana reaches beyond her borders. It is our distinct honor to be champions for one of nature's most magnificent creatures in one of their last strongholds. More so with the knowledge that this is a cause that we share with many people around the world, including many of you. May we never tire or lose the passion and inquisitiveness that started it all. Rea leboha tata. We thank you so much.
Ra leboha. Thank you.